Hello students, welcome back. Our fourth chapter, Keeping Diseases Away. In the last class, we learned some of the bacterial diseases which affects the human being. Today, we can learn some of the viral diseases. Let's learn the structure of the virus. The virus has a simple structure with a DNA or RNA molecules within a protein coat. Virus has no cell organelles as seen in the normal cells. Hence, virus multiplies by taking control over the genetic mechanism of the host cells. The virus infects not only human beings but also plants and other animals and even bacteria. Have you heard about Nipah virus? It was a fatal disease that Kerala faced last year. It's a viral disease. Let's have a look how the transmission of the disease in Nipah virus take place. Look at the table here. The natural vector of the Nipah virus is the fruit-eating bats. The situations that enable the virus to reach the human beings is through saliva and urine of the bats, remains of fruits eaten by the bats, and other living beings that eaten the remains of fruits eaten by bat. Through these, the Nipah virus reaches the human being. Next dreadful viral disease is AIDS. AIDS means acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. It is caused by the virus called HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. Lymphocyte plays a major role in providing immunity to the body. HIV enters the body and multiplies using the genetic mechanism of lymphocytes. Hence, the number of lymphocytes decreases considerably and reduces the immunity of the body. Various other pathogens which enter the body in such a situation make the condition of AIDS even more fatal. Our next topic is the mode of transmission of AIDS. First one, through sexual contact with HIV infected person, from HIV infected mother to the fetus. Third one, by sharing a needle and syringe contaminated with HIV components. Fourth one, through the reception of blood and organs contaminated with HIV. Our next topic, how AIDS doesn't spread. By touch, shaking hands, coughing, sneezing, etc. Through insect like mosquitoes, houseflies, etc. By staying together and sharing food. By using the same toilet. By taking bath in the same pond. Through these, AIDS doesn't spread. Our next viral disease is the hepatitis. Hepatitis is a liver disease. Hepatitis is caused by virus. Inflammations of the liver is a major symptom. When the flow of bile secreted by the liver is blocked, an increase in the level of bile pigment called bilirubin in blood is noticed. The external symptoms of this disease are it imparts dark yellow color to the mucous membrane, white portion of the eyes and the nails. Hepatitis disease is transmitted through contaminated food and water, blood components and excreta of the patient. Dengue fever and chikungunya are also viral diseases. These diseases are transmitted through mosquitoes. Next topic is fungal diseases. The fungi are of various types. Some fungi are pathogenic. The toxins produced by the fungi cause diseases. First one, ringworm. Ringworm is a skin disease caused by certain types of fungi. The disease manifests as round, red blisters on the skin. This disease spreads through contact. Next fungal disease is the athlete's foot. Athlete's foot is a fungal infection which manifests on the sole of the foot and between the toes. The appearance of reddish scaly rashes that cause itching is a major symptom. Pathogens enter through the toes when they come in contact with contaminated water and soil. Our next topic is the diseases caused by protozoa. The protozoans are unicellular eukaryotes. Malaria is an example of a disease caused by protozoa. In malaria, the pathogen is a plasmodium, vector is a female Anopheles mosquito, and host is a human being. The symptoms are high fever with shivering, profuse sweating, headache, vomiting, diarrhea, anemia. Our next topic is filariasis. Filariasis is caused by filarial worm that are spread by Culex mosquitoes. The worm stays in the lymph duct and obstructs the flow of lymph by blocking the duct. This causes swelling in the lymph duct. Polluted surroundings promote the multiplication of pathogens. The increase in the number of vectors like mosquitoes, houseflies, etc. lead to the spread of communicable diseases much beyond control. In order to control the spread of communicable diseases, it is necessary to avoid situations that lead to the multiplication of pathogens and vectors. So, it is our duty to keep our surroundings clean. Only this much for today. Thank you.